Here are my eggs. This is salted duck egg. This is a preserved egg, 100-year-old egg. This is a tea egg. Tea eggs took around 10 minutes to cook and soak about 12 hours overnight. 100-year-old egg preserved around 10 days. Salted duck egg soaked in the salt water, preserved for 30 days. Now I'm gonna cut them inside. Again, you can look at inside what it looks like. This is the inside egg yolk look like. Now let's look at this 100-year-old egg. Last one, tea egg. Beautiful egg yolk. Before I taste them, I'm gonna show you guys how to make these 3 types of eggs. I'm gonna leave all the recipes down below, especially the amount of the ingredients. If you are interested to make these eggs at home, and you can check it out later. Let's talk about this salted duck egg. It definitely takes the longest time to preserve. We need to wash the duck eggs, then put them on the wire rack. Make sure they're completely dry before we move on to the next step. Boil some water, add salt in the water. You can keep adding salt until there's salt on the bottom that can't be dissolved anymore. Pour this salt water in the bowl. Let it cool completely. Prepare a large glass container. Make sure it's sanitized. Put the duck eggs in it. Add a high percentage alcohol vodka. And a room temperature supersaturated solution. Add a bag of water on the top so the egg doesn't float. Keep the jar away from sunlight and leave it at somewhere the temperature is around 60 to 70 Fahrenheit for about 30 days. Now let's talk about how to cook them. Cold water in the pan and put our eggs. Cook for about 12 minutes. The next one is 100-year-old egg or century egg. I'm going to share a lid-free, mud-free, brand-free recipe with you. I'm using chicken eggs today. Wash them first, place them on the wire rack. Make sure they're completely dry before we move on to the next step. Now I'm making the tea. I'm using black tea bags to boil the water. Add the tea bags in the water. Then take the tea bags out. Pour the tea in the container. Let it cool. I'll use food-grade sodium hydroxide to make 100-year-old eggs. The sodium hydroxide is strong base, highly corrosive. Avoid any direct contact with the skin. Add the sodium hydroxide in the room temperature tea. Also add the salt. Gently mix them together. Put dried chicken eggs in a plastic container. Put a sealed bag of water on top for some pressure, so the eggs don't float to the surface. Pour in the solution we just mixed. Keep the eggs under the solution. Cover with the lid, write the date. My house temperature is around 70 Fahrenheit degree, which is perfect for making these 100-year-old eggs. I left them in the cabin. You don't have to check them, just leave them alone for about 10 days. After 10 days, you can take the eggs out and wash them. Let's cook Chinese tea eggs. I already washed those eggs. This is the top part of the egg. This is the bottom. I'm gonna poke a little hole at the bottom. If we do this after we boil the egg, it will be easier to peel the eggshell. Put cold water in the pan. The first 2 minutes, I'm gonna gently stir the eggs. This way, the egg yolk will stay in the middle. When we cut into it, just look better. When the water starts to boiling, I'm gonna turn off the burner. Cover it. Let it cook in the water for 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, I'm gonna take the eggs out. Put them in the ice cold water. Now I'm gonna make this tea water. Then I can soak all the eggs in this tea water overnight. I'm gonna add some spice in the water, bay leaves, peppercorn, and star anise. Some brown sugar, some salt, a couple black tea bags. When that is cooking, we can gently beat the eggshell. Just look like that. We don't have to peel the eggshell. We're gonna soak this whole thing in the tea water. It starts boiling. Now I'm gonna take the tea bags out. With some soy sauce. Put our eggs in. Cover it. Bring it to boil. After it starts boiling again, we can turn off the heat. Leave the eggs soak in this tea water overnight. The second day morning, we'll get these perfect tea eggs. They all look so amazing. The human beings are so smart. They have the different way to preserve the eggs. Tea eggs. You can eat this just straight like this. It's tea and soy sauce flavored. And look, the egg yolk. I love it. Let me try it. It is delicious. 100-year-old egg. Inside egg yolk still running. This is balsamic. Just dip this in the balsamic. Like that. And eat it straight. The outside is like jelly. It's a really unique texture. The last one, we're gonna talk about this salted duck egg. Look at inside. Egg yolk fat. It's so rich. I usually don't eat this straight because it's really salty. I have to have some rice porridge on the side. Alright, thank you for watching today's fun video. I hope you're enjoying it. Now you know how to make these cute eggs. I'll see you next time. Bye!